Hello, I'm Jon Binnie. I'm your spiritual psychic mentor here in Scotland. And it's an honor today to connect with you, channeling in messages from spirit guides, from Mother Gaia, the spirit of planet Earth, the sun, the moon, our galactic brothers and sisters from around this universe. And of course, you guys channeling in your questions and answers. So excited to go through that today. As always, let's get started with creating a safe space. Please do join me as we create a safe space, because this is so important to make sure that I'm sending and you guys are receiving a nice, clean, clear message with the energy nice and clean and clear. Okay, so let's begin creating this safe space, taking in a deep breath through the nose. And breathe out what no longer serves, our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion that no longer serves you, nice and loud. Continue to breathe deeply and calmly. And now from the center of your heart, imagine a golden divine spark right in the center of your heart. And from there, extend a cord of light up through the top of your head, into the sky and into the stars, all the way up through the highest frequencies and dimensions of this universe, until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe. And there, connecting your light cord into this beautiful, bright, golden light of source. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down through the stars and sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now this time from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light downwards through the root of your spine and deep into Mother Earth, and reach down all the way through the layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. And we send Mother Gaia so much love at this time. Allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord back up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of source above and Mother Gaia below, expand out your golden bubble of protective light to surround you, about 2 meters out to each side, above and below, in front and behind. And set the intention that only energies and entities with your permission, with your highest good, love and compassion can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. Into your safe space, invite in your spirit guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia. And we ask at this time for their guidance, clearing, healing, protection, and assistance with integration of today's messages. And through space and time, I create a golden protective bubble around all of us watching this video at this time. And I set the intention that only energies and entities with our permission, with our highest good, love and compassion can see us, access us, or exist within this space today, or within us. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And into our shared space, I invite in my spirit guides, my higher self, my Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. I invite in Source and Gaia. I also invite in the Soul, Sun, the Ra energy. I invite in Luna, the soul of our moon. Okay. And we'd like today to see how we can all help the whole planet at this time. And just as I was going through the safe space, because often it's the case when every time I create these videos, I've no idea of what it is I'm going to talk about. I just hit record and get started. So the guidance I was receiving from Gaia, Mother Earth, is could we all help with helping with the stabilization and the balancing of Earth at this time through this energized, heightened period of activity, of volcanic activity, of earthquakes, weather events, and more. And I'm going to get us started with one question that really popped out to me, because it's a perfect place for us to start. And this question is from, it's from the 13th of August, from K. Pientek. And it says, "Hi, Jon, can you go through a process to help me/us open our heart? Thank you." Yes, that's perfect timing. Thank you. So let's do that right now. And this is before we then go on. It's so helpful to have a nice big open heart before we go on and offer healing to others. What's so powerful about an open heart is when you open your heart becomes activated, it becomes stronger, it's the emotional and energetic center of your whole being. And even modern science is acknowledging that the toroidal fields that our hearts generate are huge, and they're the biggest aspects of our body energetically. And the opposite is true, that when you're in fear, that you can feel your heart closes up to protect itself, and you feel, when you feel scared, it's very difficult to access any of these abilities, the superpowers of you, to be able to think straight, think clearly. When you're in fight or flight, it's very difficult to, when you don't feel safe, it's very difficult to do anything. And it also puts a huge strain and fatigues our bodies really fast. So let's do the opposite, and let's make sure that we're all feeling safe and open up our hearts. I did post on my newsletter this week, it was on Tuesday, a previously premium meditation, and it's now free of charge, called Cultivating Your Self-Love, and that's also great for opening your heart. So this is really a shorter version for you guys as requested. So let's take one deep breath in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. And place your hand on your heart and repeat after me. Heart, I've created you strong boundaries. Heart, we're safe within these boundaries. Heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. And now with your left hand on your heart and your right hand, if you can see my solar plexus, just here, so just over and below the sternum, just above the stomach. Sending love from your heart, received through your left hand and through your left arm, and then out through your right arm and right hand into your solar plexus. And imagine this love energy, your self-love energy, flowing from your heart into your solar plexus. And repeat after me. Body, we're safe now. Body, we're safe now. Body, we're safe now. And then open up your heart and lift up your hands so that your hands are away from your chest. And you can physically do this if you choose. If not, just imagine that you're now facing the sun. And your heart is opening now, opening up as a beautiful rose flower with its petals reaching open to receive that beautiful sunshine energy. And that energy is radiating into your heart. filling your heart with this golden love energy. And it's not just the sun's rays that flow into your heart. It's the very source of love of this universe flowing from the central star, the central sun, through our galaxy, through our sun, and into our hearts at this time. And if you choose to allow this, you can also invite in that source love energy to permeate and fill your whole body, reaching up through your throat, third eye, and crown up to the top of your head, and from your heart down to your solar plexus, sacral chakra, your navel, and then root chakra at the base of your spine, all the way down to the tips of your toes and your fingertips. And release anything from your body now that doesn't serve your highest good, and perhaps shake it off, shake it deep into the earth. For Mother Gaia to receive, to transmute, to alchemize. Shake that low vibration energy out of you. Anxiety and stress, hate, a moving target. So it's good to move and release into Mother Earth. And we ask Mother Earth to release all that no longer serves our highest good. And it just feels really lovely as I twist my hands like this. You can twist your hands. Imagine that you're holding a ball in your hands like this and shaking them around and shaking the energy, churning up anything that no longer serves your highest good and release it into earth. And we ask Mother Gaia to transmute this energy we release so that she can offer it as food and fertilizer, as compost for other beings to grow for their highest good. Okay, and if you want to just double check how you've done with your heart, place your hand on your heart and ask, heart, are you open now? And just allow your heart to answer. My heart said yes. If your heart wasn't sure, or perhaps was a no, you can also ask that question on a scale of 1 to 10. You can always go back just now. Why don't you go back a few minutes and just repeat that exercise? It's up to you. I'll still be right here. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of work now to help with the stabilization of Earth. Now, this is not to suppress any energy, because as my spirit guides and Gaia keep telling me that energy in motion is love. Love is energy in motion. And so this is, this constant activity that we see, although it's a heightened period and there's a lot of purging of energy going on through August, really remembering that it's so healthy to be released. The more we can release this on a sustainable, steady level and harmonize ourselves with the land, with our planet, with our own hearts, as we remember how to do this, because we were born to do this, that we can help release this energy in a more sustainable fashion, and not just these big eruptions and explosions of anger and rage energy bubbling up to the surface as magma into lava and earthquakes and all these huge shifts. So if you'd like to begin, let's take just one deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. And I'd like to ask Mother Gaia to step in to me at this time to channel a message through me so that we can work with her at this time to help calm and release energy in a sustainable manner for the highest good of all. And just allowing Gaia to step into me now. Yes, welcome. Welcome, children of Earth. As Jon says, he has a big open heart at this time. Allow your heart to open and shine. And whilst I cannot guarantee your safety forever in this universe, what I can guarantee is that your heart helps define and describe your reality around you. So everything you do with an open heart, with an intention of love, helps create this reality of safety and love around you. I can also guarantee that for the duration of this video, you're safe. You're safe now. Relax your bodies. Relax your busy minds. Simply allow all of that background noise to continue to play out and fade a little bit into the distance. Allow those thoughts that come into your mind to simply be observed, to be seen, to trust that you will deal with them after this practice, and just allow them to drive, to sail by. Thank you. I'm calling now on the hearts of all of this world, not just the humans and not just the non-humans, all living things across the planet. Everything has a heart, from the animals and the birds, the trees and rocks, the very stones beneath your feet, the very magma and the energy that flows beneath you also has life and consciousness. We're all in this together, and we're all playing out this beautiful orchestra. We're all trying to achieve a symphony, working together, finding our harmonies. No longer simply throwing our instruments down the stairs and seeing what sounds they make and releasing the sound energy. It's time for us to begin to build the baselines, the foundations of our new planet, this new high vibration Earth. Physically, it already exists. Energetically, I'm inviting all of you who are listening to this and who resonate with it and who have the highest good for all in their hearts. You're all welcome in the 5th dimension. Help me now. Help heal my very planet, the body of Mother Earth. And to do so, we bring down a column of source light from the highest dimension of source above, all the way down from the galactic and the central universal sun, all the way down through our sun and to the very north, the very top of planet Earth. And here we set the intention as this light, source light, enters the earth to clear, to energize, to stabilize, to harmonize, bringing this down into the North Pole and filling the whole crown chakra of Earth as we work our way from north to south, clearing and healing Earth's crown, releasing anything that doesn't serve Earth's highest good to return to source or never return here again. Reaching down into the third eye of Mother Earth, releasing anything that doesn't serve our highest good and returning to source or never return here again. And coming down now into the throat chakra of Mother Earth, the voice of this planet, this body of Earth, releasing anything that doesn't serve our highest good, returning to source or never return here again. And into the very heart of Mother Gaia, where you're all connected right now, reaching in, filling it with this beautiful source light, removing anything that doesn't serve your highest good, and returning to source or never return here again. And down into the solar plexus, clearing, removing anything that doesn't serve your highest good, and return to source or never return here again. And down into the sacral chakra of Mother Earth, removing anything that doesn't serve highest good, returning to source or never return here again. And down into the root chakra of Mother Earth, grounded into our very core of our sun and also galactic sun, and the central sun of the universe, removing anything that doesn't serve the highest good of all and returning to source or never return here again. Please assist me as we make the Om sounds to release this energy, anything that no longer serves the highest good of Mother Gaia and planet Earth, all the way through the whole planet now, releasing through the root chakra of Mother Gaia. Please join me now. Once more. Releasing all that no longer serves the highest good of all to source or to never return here again. And did you know that even though your body is small, your consciousness is vast, just as large as Mother Gaia, myself? And know this in your heart whenever you see suffering, pain, trauma, enslavement, the crimes against each other, the division and fear propagated against all of you. Whenever you witness this, I encourage you to step into your power, to remember the strength of your heart, that lion roar in your heart, the fierce, loving courage that you have to support and love each other. I call on all your hearts at this time, for know that the land, the volcanoes, the earthquakes, the tremors, tectonic shifts, the very changes that you witness across the surface of my skin, of planet Earth, they are all reflections of the energy of you, your heart, you listening to this. All of the energy you pushed away, you suppressed, all the anger and frustration you pushed down into the earth is coming back up. It's time to release this. It's time to let our hearts roar once more. Roar with me. For as we roar together, we release this anger. We're here to witness all of the souls that have suffered, all of the souls that continue to live in fear and pain. We see you, we feel you, we're sorry, we love you, we forgive you, we release you, we free you. And now from the highest dimension of source above, bring down a column of source light and imagine it now flowing over the surface of the earth, calming, clearing, cleansing, gently releasing. May every droplet of anger, every atom charged by this low vibration energy be gently released throughout the remaining time of August. Gently released up into the atmosphere, out, up into space, burnt away by the very sun, solar flares and activity. And allow this energy that no longer serves us to be released through the root chakra of Earth, deep in through space, through our sun, our galactic sun, and through our central universal sun, back into source. And so may this cycle continue. From anger and fear, transmuted into love. I thank you for your participation today, and I hand you back to Jon. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you, Gaia. Wow. That was very deep and profound and really incredible. Very, very touching. So thank you, Gaia. I must admit, for some time, whenever I'm channeling, I often have this feeling, my conscious mind is like, it's okay, Jon, we're in control, we know what we're doing. And I don't. I've surrendered within this safe space to a being that I very much trust. And that was a really beautiful experience. So thank you for helping. It was really wonderful. Okay, let's choose some questions. And I'll use my little pedal for my beep boop sound as I randomly select one. So just close my eyes. Beep boop 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 beep. Okay. Tina Novak 4770. I love your sevens. Thank you, Tina. Hi, Jon. Thank my spirit guides, etc., for allowing me to find you. Yes, thank you. I love that so much. Sometimes people have dreams. Some clients have had dreams where in the dream they've been shown how to spell my name, and it's a little bit unusual even in Scotland. And so they'll Google Jon Binnie, and then they'll find my website and book a session, and then they'll say in it, "Oh, it's my spirit guides that recommended you." So your question is, when Gaia is releasing negative energy, like it. Let me start that again. When Gaia is releasing negative energy, is ways like earthquakes, etc., is it chosen as a specific area because of the place has negative energy, bad vibes that need purging? So yeah, we have heard in some of these videos already that yes, there's a number of reasons. Ultimately, some of the short answer is yes. Some of these areas are being targeted for destruction. Most importantly, it's not just to destroy physical buildings, because that's kind of like, I don't know, what's a building without the people, right? Or what's the building without the living things there? So it's much more about the like releasing the trapped energy within it, and the people that are trapped, or the energy trapped within the people trapped within buildings. So that's one aspect. It doesn't mean that that's not exclusively true for every single location. This seemed more, we heard previously, it was more targeted at specific areas. So honing in on small, often underground facilities, and underground in every meaning of the word. The challenges of not being seen in our media, no conscious awareness of these places. Like they don't exist to us. And I don't know about you, but it's a big thing for me consciously. If I can't Google it, if it's not there when I look for something on the internet, then it's almost like it doesn't exist. And it absolutely does, right? It doesn't, just because it doesn't have a website or turn up in a search result doesn't mean to say it doesn't exist. And let me ask Mother Gaia as well, and our team of elementals, also my spirit guide Maya, did she like to add anything? So there is a shift. So there's Gaia saying there's a. It's funny that I'm just sharing. I don't fully understand what she means by this, but she's saying there's an energetic deadline for the end of August to release as much as she can. These are waves of activity, waves of volcanoes and earthquakes. She wants to go through these phases where she, when we roar earlier, like we're roaring earlier, we're going, rah! Oh, Jon. Laughing at himself. In those moments, when you're roaring, you get this feeling that you're going to run out a little bit of air, or your throat might start to hurt a little bit, and you'll come to the end of your roar. For Gaia, she's given herself in this wave, this current activity, August. So running up to the end of August is where a lot of this is happening. So as a result, some of the places that she's releasing energy through, and we've heard a consistent theme of the Pacific tectonic plates and this undulating energy and the balancing of the energy, that this is also, you know, a real hot spot. I mean, it often is, but it is right now also. And then releasing of, we've heard, you know, more of these ancient volcanoes starting to show signs of movement and show signs of eruption. So this is to help with purging and clearing bad vibes, blocked energy that we as a human race have suppressed through all our different civilizations and activities. So thank you so much, Tina. It was a lovely question. Let's choose the next one. Okay. Echo. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Okay. From Advance Evolve. Hello. Thank you for your question. I live on the east coast of Australia, which is really not too far away from earthquake activity. I wonder if we'll be affected in any way. Yes, it's interesting. We've had quite a few questions from people in that area and also New Zealand. So let's ask, let's also open this question up for Gaia, my spirit guides, the elementals of Earth, and also my galactic spirit guides, our galactic brothers and sisters. They're interesting. They're showing me a location and they wanted me to look at a map. Hang on 1 second as I bring this up on my little laptop. So this is, I was being shown an area. Let me try and get this. It's important, right, where the exact area is. So it was somewhere in the region of Australia and New Zealand. But I was being shown, I'm being shown a specific location. Let me ask, where is this? And I'm just pointing at it as well. Yeah, Mother Gaia, please guide my finger. It's quite some distance off. If you go due east from Brisbane, from Australia, and then way out just past the eastern side of New Zealand, is an area I was shown to. This is where some activity is expected to come, and it seems to be mid-September. And I'm just zooming in case there happens to be anything nearby. Nothing on that popular map online. I think the nearest I could see was Tonga and Cook Islands, but they're still quite far away. So this is really a message of, this seems to be the most significant within the next 3 months, where it has an effect on Australia, to your question, Advance Evolve. And I'm seeing this is volcanic activity, and it does have some. There's definitely tsunami warnings as a result, and there are some waves experienced on the east coast of New Zealand and of Australia. I'm just asking if there's any magnitude. Is this an earthquake measured with volcanic activity? Sevens. Okay. So yeah, certainly sending so much love to you. Thank you for that question. I hope that helps. And what's really fascinating is I don't know if you can tell from my energy as I describe it. It's not a, oh no, we're all going to die energy. And it's easy for me to say on the other side of the planet, right? It's not, I saw the waves coming, but not, they weren't big. And in fact, if anything, we're seeing this trend of, especially the work you and I just did, right? The work you and I just did on calming the energy of Earth so it can be released sustainably, reduces the need for these big bursts, these big dramatic explosions, these big fearful events. And so whilst those smaller events will happen, and seven's not tiny, right? The knock-on effect, the effect on the sea and the risk of tsunamis and big tsunamis is much more reduced. So, because I was asking, well, what do you do? Like, what do you do if you live in these areas? This is the message. Go back through that meditation we just practiced and practice it. If you think in human terms, when you're feeling happy and in love and you have a really lovely day and something really bad happens, when you're in that mood, that state of mind, there's this open-hearted state, everything's so much easier. And even if you don't stay in that happy state for a long time, at very least, the initial experiences are easier. And so this is true for this. You're not denying that something, eventful is happening, and that it can yield fear. But with an open heart, you're able to also help calm yourself and calm the seas and calm the reality around you and the people around you. And even if you receive any tsunami warnings or your earthquake warnings, and you're told to go to shelter or to leave locations, trusting in the guidance that you're receiving, the feeling that you have, even if it's just a precaution, is really helpful and helping stay out of these high anxiety, fear states, which are so easy to slip into as a human, right? So yeah, I hope that helps you. So thank you so much. And have a little Patch down here. Let me give him a little treat. He's such a good boy, my Patch, my little dog. Do you want another treat, Patch? Yeah, go get it. Go and get it. He can't see very well, but he'll sniff it out eventually. He's off now to go and sniff around. Okay, let's do another question. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. I've already answered this one. Okay, start again. Just while I don't edit these videos, right? Okay. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Okay, this is from Teresa Ing Bon Vivant 44. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for your love and support. I definitely recognize you from comments on my videos, an avid watcher, so thank you. You said, hi, Jon. When putting a protective bubble around our home, will adding a blanket intention work, or do we need it to be effective? Do we need to do it every day to be effective? I'm not being lazy. Well, maybe I am just a little, but asking since you'd mentioned that you can still see the energy around your former home. Sending so much love from New York, and some lovely emojis. Thank you. Okay. So I'll give my answer, and I'll ask one of my spirit guides as well for their input. Every day. That's your answer. Do it every day. Why? Because your intention has energy. And so imagine when you feel something, you feel protective of your home, the energy of that is broadcast out from your heart. And when we create these protective bubbles around us, we broadcast out that resonance energy, and we set the intention, and as we visualize it, as we imagine this bubble around us, it energetically exists. And it's consciousness first in this universe, then it's energy, and then it's matter. Okay? So over time, just like energy, any energy, it will eventually dissipate. It doesn't disappear, it just dissolves. So eventually your original intention just, and it's one way of thinking about it is, if it's not always your intention because your consciousness has shifted onto other things, then it just fades. Okay? And the reality is it actually just keeps going out across the universe, but the intention shifts. It transmutes from it alchemizes from being protection to you to just being energy in motion out across the world and the universe. So this is why doing it every day is very helpful. Sometimes for example, the free 14-day Spirit Guide meditation challenge for negative energy and entity removal, and I also did a 5D ascension class on this week. It's a free. If you go to the live section of my YouTube page, you will see the free replay for that. So that's all about protecting yourself against consciousnesses that are negative. They're exhibiting negative behaviors towards you. When you do that, when you create that around you, these golden bubbles, and you're saying, I protect myself from anything that has that's trying to attack me, then almost because there's a constant bombardment from people, either directed at them and or their homes, creating bubbles each morning and each night before you go to sleep is even stronger. I also teach in my Higher Self Foundational, Intermediate, and Advanced courses lots of different techniques for the creation of these and the pros and cons to them. And sometimes it's really fast, like shields on. And other times it's a bit more involved. Okay, and let me just ask one of my spirit guides. I'd like to ask my spirit guide Maya for any further input. She says, yes, John's right. She says the power of the protection of a bubble is all about the love energy yielded from your heart at that time. So the stronger and happier and more open your heart is at the time that you create this protection around you, the stronger it is. I didn't know that. Thank you, Maya. Okay, and thank you so much for your question, Teresa. And patches now lay down on my reverb pedal, so I can't do the reverb for the beat boop, but we'll do one more without the reverb. I could pretend it, right? Improvise. Okay. Samantha B3325. Hello, I've been on an awakened path in Glasgow, just the other side of Scotland. Quite lonely, but that's changing for quite a while. But in the last 6 months, I've really tuned into Sasquatch energy. Yes, woohoo, Sasquatch. After never having given them a second thought before. Would love to know more of your thoughts, and have heard you mention too recently. Samantha, welcome to your awakening, first of all. And I was chatting with a spirit guide yesterday about so it was my mantis guide, Marita. Why am I putting my hands on my hips today? It's funny. Look at me, my hands on my hips. It's like I don't know, like a cockerel or something. Oh, John. Okay, so back to your question. I was thinking of doing a video about, WTF, I'm going through an awakening, or am I going through an awakening? You know, awakenings they're just mind and heart, well, mind especially blowing, right? And I do feel that this is what my spirit guides, including my mantis guide Marita, described. They describe awakenings as our hearts opening. So much of humanity still has a closed, tight heart chakra like this. And so when your heart's closed, you can get on and do like all the things each day. But if you ever wonder why the human race has gone a little bit, a little bit awry, is because, we're just doing things with our minds. Like, we live on a planet, we consume things, we eat things, we like things, we don't like things. Like, when we're stuck in our minds, we're just processing thoughts constantly. And actually what we're being encouraged to do, almost you could describe it as being enslaved or farmed to do as a human race, is we're constantly in fight or flight mode, and we're constantly in our minds, busy bees, buzz, like doing stuff constantly, and all to keep us in fear and keep our hearts closed. And so we're in that state where we're a fraction, a tiny like tip of the iceberg of our true potential. So it's such a shock when your heart opens up and your heart's like, oh, it's like, what's going on? What's going on with the world? What have you been doing, mind or minds, for the last few centuries? You guys, what a mess you're making. And so our hearts begin to feel with such color and vibrance and bandwidth, the full spectrum of what our hearts can perceive and feel and create and generate. And our love that we can give and receive is just phenomenal, right? So it is so super expansive. Just imagine the reverb was on when I did that. Okay, so to answer your question about Sasquatch, one thing I'm addicted to right now is I've realized what I love doing is watching YouTube videos of people wandering around woods or mountains, just out in nature. And they don't just need to be looking for Sasquatch, it's just anything that's magical. And I love that. It's just like, I love watching people, because it's what I do when I'm out in the woods or out exploring in nature, just exploring. And so there's lots about Sasquatch to explore. And there are, if you, I'll give a shout out to the 401 files. 401 files, is it Ben? I might be getting his name wrong. Sorry if I am. The 401 files in the UK, I think he's based maybe down south Yorkshire, he does amazing videos of going out and about and exploring, and he does overnight camping and wild camping. And he's often looking for dogman, Bigfoots, really anything that is unusual, that is paranormal, cryptids, if you like. One big reason why Sasquatch. So my journey, I could do a whole video about me and Sasquatch and I. Sasquatch and I. Hello. Oh, John. So I did meet Sasquatch in 2019 over in the west coast of the US near Portland, and touched their hands. Touched the hand of a young Sasquatch. They were in fourth dimensional form, and the whole point of touching my hand, and they kept doing this with my hand, they kept passing their hand through my hand like this again and again and again, was that this is the same reason why they're coming forwards in my awareness at this time, is because they have the capability of shifting between third and fourth dimension. How cool is that? An actual physical, real being moving between two dimensions. sometimes there are, in reports of Sasquatch sightings, there are reports of, kind of these big booming sounds, whether they're coming from the Sasquatch or not, flashing lights. I feel that some of this is them creating the portals, so they physically have learned how to shift between two dimensions, from third up into fourth, and back. And it's really hard to catch, a being that shifts between dimensions, and also may help explain why when they die, why don't we find their skeletons? Why don't we find the physical evidence? And it's not just Sasquatch that do this, right? This is, imagine that we never believed that birds could exist, that, we'd never seen anything fly in this reality. And then suddenly we came across like our first birds, like, look, they're up in the sky. How's that even possible? And it's a really beautiful feeling that they can shift between these dimensions. And I'm getting really excited because I'd like to ask one of my guides about this as well. So the gap, the kind of silo of energy that blocks us between the third and fourth dimensions. So, and this is all, I've got into recent videos. There was that recent driving video earlier this week, was it Monday, where I was describing the layers of the onion like an ogre, like Shrek. And in these layers, these layers of emotions that we have are frequency bands, and that a dimension is effectively a whole range of frequencies. And so as you go higher up out of I keep wanting to stand on my toes and do this, out of the third dimension, up into the fourth, as you go up into these higher vibrations, this is where some beings have learned how to step up into, but also the layer in between this, remember we did the dark matrix clearing in the last video, and a dark matrix cord prior to that. As this veil, as it's called, and it's propagated or supported by the dark matrix, as that crumbles, the upper part, the fourth dimension, and the lower part, third dimension, become much easier. And I wish I could vocalize instead of going, it goes, That's a poor demonstration, but it was fun trying. So instead of these two tone, octave shifts, it should sound like, in Jon's demonstration, a much more fluid head voice to chest voice and falsetto. So there's nice higher vibrations of the fourth dimension. The Sasquatch are also highly intelligent. They're very wise and ancient beings. Excitingly, I have seen them in Scotland, and I would describe the experience of, where was this? It was somewhere, this was a third eye experience, and they were showing me, it wasn't long after I'd met them in the west coast of the US, and it was a couple of weeks after I got back. That's right, it was near Perth, in Scotland. There was some woods. I don't think the woods themselves are, we often constrain ourselves in our thinking. If Sasquatch can move between dimensions, why can't they shift locations as they do that? And that's what I feel they did, and that's what they were showing me, is because I felt their same energy. I felt that same soul frequency of a Sasquatch. And what they did was they were actually up in a tree, and they shifted through a portal from one tree, and then it moved a couple of trees down, and then they came back out of it. And all I really saw with my third eye was a glimpse of it appearing, shifting through, and then disappearing again. I was like, wow, that's incredible. And just this beautiful message of like, yeah, we can travel through dimensions. That's the whole point, Jon, of that introduction. If I remember, I will add, please, if I've not remembered, please remind me in the comments. I will dig out, it is public, there's a YouTube video of me describing that Sasquatch encounter. And it wasn't just over one night. They came back the next night for lots of howls and whoops. But I got, and maybe I do have recordings, I kept all the original footage. They're doing their kind of whoops. And I was scared because I thought they were coyotes. I've never really heard a coyote, so I don't really know what it was like. Maybe in a zoo or something. But yeah, that was super fun. But yeah, Samantha, going back to your awakening, I just want to hold space for a moment for all the people going through their awakenings at every stage across this earth at this time. And to send you all so much love and to let you know you're not alone. We're all sharing this same planet, this same home. And you're awakening to becoming part of this whole planet. And more of us that describe to ourselves and describe to each other our awakening journeys at whatever level we're at. And however many awakenings we've had, we're all equal, we're all in this together, and we all get the opportunity to share our experiences. So please do. Every time, Samantha, for example, shares that she's going through this journey, so will others be more likely to share, oh yeah, I think I'm going through something like that as well. I had this dream, or I saw this thing in the sky, or, I passed over a dead loved one came and spoke to me, or whatever it is your experiences are that are triggering you and awakening you. More and more people are awakening across the planet this time. So thank you so much, Samantha. And yeah, please do check out the 401 files, and also my Sasquatch video, if I can remember to dig it out and put it in the comments. Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much. I need to take Patch out and get on with my chores, cleaning the home before my family get back. So thank you so much for all your love and support. Thank you for your bookings as well. A reminder, if you're interested in a one-to-one session with me, I think I still have some slots available in November. So please do book me up. Loads of people book me for, quantum energy healing or the psychic readings about, what's your life purpose, your past lives, your future lives, assisting as best I can with any health conditions you have. And I also do separate services. I don't talk about this as much publicly, but I also do what are effectively exorcism services. So they are negative entity and soul retrieval services. They are more expensive and they take a huge amount of preparation and recovery for me as I go through what my client goes through in those sessions. But just to know that it's there, and although it's the darker side of our love and light reality, we're all in a spectrum together, and I'd never want to hold back any of my abilities for helping others, and especially that the darker side is where I started out in this work. It's where I learned so much of these abilities. And yeah, I'd like to thank our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, the Sun, Moon, and every soul that's participated in today's session, and asking us all to step outside of the session space as I close it down. And please remain in your individual protective bubble for as long as you choose, as I return the session to Source or never return here again. Please get plenty of rest. Drink as much water as it feels right for you. And let's, if you'd like to put a little mantra into the comments, you could join me just to let me know that you've watched the whole video. Then you could put this little sentence into the comments to let me know that you got all the way through, which is, my open heart is healing myself and this whole planet. My open heart is healing myself and this whole planet. Fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Have a beautiful weekend, whatever you choose to do. Take care of yourself. Take care of your big, beautiful heart. And I am sending so much love from Scotland. Take care. I love you.